Welcome to Weekly Strategy. Each week you can find valuable information about your upcoming opponent. You can choose one game plan focus with pros and cons that will carry over into game day. There is a recommended focus already selected, or you can choose from 6 different options. This shows some basic stats about your upcoming opponent.
Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Green Bay Packers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their -3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 113 yards, and a score.
And last week he had another touchdown to his total. He continues to be the #1 scorer in the league in terms of rushing touchdowns. And what more can you do to help your team than find the end zone?
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. There, Richardson back to throw it. Flushed out right. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. The Colts at 10-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. He's going deep for Brown. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Richardson's throw taken in by Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You look at this Packers defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run. One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it, because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now it's Richardson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Colts have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown. Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. If you look at this Colt defense, they were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 29. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, they're going to run for it here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Richardson on the bootleg here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps...
Touchdown, Colts! Hollywood, Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. It's a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On first down, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yards. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw is Fields. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they have a 1st down and well into field goal range also at the 16 now.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. They hand off to their big tight end. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they lead the visiting LA Chargers at halftime. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On second down, Ingram. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On now is the Packers punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. Richardson to throw off play action. Forced out to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. They're prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd down. Here's Richardson. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. Up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in right around the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look at their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That is caught. He's across midfield and finally brought down at the 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Richardson. Flushed out right. And he will find his man Samuel. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. 1st down in the red zone. Here's Richardson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Colts extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. And a loose football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Third and long. It's Fields. A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. A short one there, caught by Granson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show off their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry to about the 26 here. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Here's 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. On the ground with a tight end. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Finds his man, it's John Mechie.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Fields now to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields.
Dancing to his left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Colts come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my brother.
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd and long. Thurston. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And last week he had another touchdown to his total. He continues to...
He's got a man, complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kylan Granson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. And they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Thurston. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Thurston. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Richardson looking to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Thurston. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The numbers for him from a week ago. And you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. You look at this Colt defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the and sweep. 2nd down and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. The Colts at 11-1 now on the year. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Play action. Now Richardson. They'll roll him out right. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch of the game there for Samuel, and it results in a first down.
Nice play call right there, and off the play action fake, he bootlegged out to his right, and I really like the patience he showed handling the fake to make the defense buy it. Then I love how he zeroed in on his man coming all the way across the formation and stuck it on him for a nice gain.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Looking to throw. Richardson escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
That is incomplete.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Richardson flushed out right.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all. His receivers downfield.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that. He's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Richardson off the play fake.
This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
They go play action with Richardson.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Okay, ready.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there.
His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Houston set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Throwing on 1st down. Thurston.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 21-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The last 2 plays from scrimmage in this ball game pretty eventful. He throws the interception. The other guys, boom, one play in there in the end zone. So now he's got to try to bounce back. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To throw on 2nd down. Thurston, he finds his man, complete. It's Walton.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
He's got his target. That's complete. He's got the first down and more. K.J. Hamler. Touchdown, Houston. K.J. Hamler, 69 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out, and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series that helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25. 8-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
There you go. Got him again. Got him again. On the jump.
On first down, Richardson.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Marquise Brown with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Well, there's a big play waiting to happen. Receiver K.J. Hamler as the offense returns to the field.
And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. to throw again. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Thurston.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Thurston. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Off play action. Richardson.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Richardson.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown as time expires in the first half.
And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be 1st and goal if it happens in the end.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Richardson now on 2nd down.
Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Now Richardson. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now it's Richardson.
It's complete to Brown, right side.
Touchdown! Marquise Brown from 6 yards away. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's Hollywood, Marquise Brown, who finishes it off with the touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Thurston. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Thurston.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun, Thurston. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Thurston. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now I don't think they have any choice.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
And he is going to have a Colts first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Looking to throw. Richardson.
Samuel bringing in the slant.
And he'll be taken down right away up near midfield at the 47.
Richardson to the air on first down.
He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 53 yards.
And the Colts have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they just went 4 verts there against cover 2, didn't they?
They did, and it's really an excellent route versus cover 2 because the longer it develops, the more stress is put on the safeties because they're the ones back, each with half the field responsibilities. The corners don't retreat very far in cover 2. They're closer to the line of scrimmage. So now you've got 4 receivers putting pressure on 2 guys covering. Usually you'll find someone open, and that's exactly what they did there. Made the catch and carried it all the way into the end zone.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Thurston. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Here comes Mr. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, leading out this offense.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First and 10, it's Richardson.
Flush to his right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I got 15.
Now Richardson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Touchdown, Colts. Marquise Brown, his 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Colts get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Back now in Houston, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Looking to throw on second down. Thurston.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Thurston. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Quiddy Pay make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Got it. Ready? 60 Maverick. Ready?
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Ready? Viking 18. 7 Pirates. Hustle.
Richardson looking to throw this. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
Rolling to his right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Touchdown!
Deebo Samuel, 38 yards. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Thurston working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. He's across midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, Thurston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Here's Richardson to throw.
They'll roll him out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now McManus for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Thurston. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Thurston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. He's going deep for Brown. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Here we go. After reviewing play, rules of the field reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right.
There's Samuel adding to his big game.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Richardson eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Richardson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Sliding out of the pocket. That is caught. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion.
19 tight, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Richardson working from the gun. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner.